But hey, if you don't know already, you're listening to the Sunovageek Podcast.
Son of a geek!
I'm Spencer.
And I'm not Spencer.
Yeah, all right. You could, yeah, you're Zia.
That's right. I'm Zia.
So we were just talking before the podcast started about Crunchyroll and Funimation. We were going to talk about other stuff, but now we just want to talk about anime. So that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, anime. Woo! We love anime. And it's geeky, so it fits into the podcast because we've talked about anime before.
Yeah,
we're on brand.
Well, because you're more of a Funimation guy, and I'm more of a Crunchyroll person. And I don't know, they both need some work.
Yes, we agree that they both need work, but we're here to battle it out to see whose is better.
Well, we'll see. I don't really know if we'll be able to come up to a solid conclusion about that, but we'll pick one anyway, because drama builds tension and tension makes money.
Well, here's what I think we should do. I got both websites up right now.
Yeah, me too.
And I think what would be fun is we should come up with like a way to format this like comparison, like
I don't want to put in work. That's not why I restarted this podcast.
No, I meant like in the sense of like we can just make up stuff up on the spot. So let's just come up with like 5 key points or something like that. Like, do you want to go with like, I would say how it separates its genres, flow, like how the website flows.
Okay.
Right.
Genres and flows.
Accessibility. Like, how hard is it to go through the website is my question.
Okay.
All right. And then, that's 3 things. Like, do we include the animes? Like,
I don't know. Sigma, you better be writing this down, because I did not write down any of it.
You said Sigma?
Yeah, Sigma's our new fact checker.
Oh, congratulations, Sigma. You've been hired as the new fact checker.
So, normally you'd think that it would constitute as doing a lot of fact checking, but there's a lot of other things that come alongside with it, which is everything that we require for you to do. Basically,
yeah. So I mean, on top of everything we ever ask you to fact check for us, we're gonna just come up with mundane tasks that we don't want to do, and we're just gonna pass it on to you, Sigs.
Yeah, if Smiley's here and he's upset, then you guys will just have to fight to the death over it, and then best out of 3, winner takes the position.
Best out of 3, fight to the death.
Yeah.
So whoever dies 3 times?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a loser. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, well, we got 3 categories at least. I say that's good enough. We got like genres, the flow of the website, and organization? Was that the third one?
Yeah, it was something like that. I'm glad I was just about to ask you to say them again because I didn't remember what any of them were.
All right, well, first off, I'm just going to say I think Crunchyroll has a better logo. Like, I'll give it to Crunchyroll there.
It is pretty cool. It's pretty slick. It's pretty fancy.
I think Funimation color is better because Crunchyroll's pretty aggressive. But I like Crunchyroll's logo.
Well, you're on the Crunchyroll main page right now, right?
Yes, I am.
It's got Burn the Witch on it. It looks pretty sweet. I haven't seen that yet. It's supposed to be a movie, but it's released as 3 episodes.
Is it only subbed?
It's probably only sub right now. Crunchyroll's a lot slower with that than Funimation, but Funimation as a whole.
Oh, maybe that's part of it, right? So like, I'd say that's a point for Funimation. They sub faster.
See, but I don't really care about subs.
As do most probably anime viewers don't care.
I used to only watch dub until I started really getting into Naruto, and then I watched all the dubs, and I got really tired of waiting for the dub episode to come out because the sub was like 50 or 60 episodes ahead.
Yeah.
Like when so Naruto ended, like the main story ended, and then it had 300 filler episodes. Pretty much of just like, they were like, well, let's just keep making stuff. So then they started just making their own stuff after the main thing, which was lots of like little side stories and whatnot. And then, so that was going on there. They were probably like I want to say 60 to 70 episodes into that. It felt like, and then Naruto Shippuden started, and I just got tired of it. I'm just like, I just want to watch Shippuden. I'm tired of waiting for all of the dubs. So then I just got into subs.
Okay.
And now I like subs better because I find that the Japanese voices more often than not fit the characters better than the English voices do.
I can agree with that on a lot of
But I
accounts.
think it's
will
also
say,
because the really high-pitched little girl voices that they do for a lot of characters fits and sounds more natural in the Japanese voice, probably because I don't understand the language. Whereas when I get like the really high-pitched squealy girl in like the English voice, it just sounds... it's
Grating?
like sand. Yeah. It's like sand on a chalkboard in my brain.
So yeah, I like dub more, but I'm very picky about it too. So I guess I don't know. For me, it's just when I watch anime puts me in a certain mentality and a mood. And I'm not against reading subtitles. Like I've watched Korean movies and stuff, and I really enjoy movies, and I don't mind reading subtitles there. But for some reason, with anime, specifically anime, I don't want to read it. Like if I'm gonna read, I'm gonna just read the manga. So for me, I guess I don't know. I think it's like if I close my eyes, I want to understand it. You know, because I often watch anime before bed, and nothing relaxes me more than just watching anime.
Yeah, that's fair. It's hard to put on like a subbed anime and then also do other work.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. It's just the dub makes it easier for me to understand. But I'm super picky about it as well, just because, like there's terrible dubs. There's unfortunately a lot of lower budget animes don't get, the voice cast they deserve. Or
That's
even
fair.
some medium budget or high budget animes don't get the cast they deserve. There's just I don't know.
Well,
there's just like a small pool that they choose from, and it's not a good pool.
But I mean, anime is much more popular in Japan than it is here. It's definitely getting better out here.
It's
and
getting
I
a
feel
lot
we're
better
gonna,
over here, which I'm
it's
very
gonna
excited
improve
about.
because of that now.
Yeah, it
But-
is definitely getting better. Like I definitely think anime has hit a certain echelon where quality is higher for nearly everything.
Mhm.
But anyways, we're judging the websites. We're judging.
Can I just say the one anime that I give props to the most for the dub being better than the sub is Goku's voice.
Yes, Goku's voice is significantly better in Dragon Ball Z.
I watched the dub for so long, and then I started the sub of the newest one that just came out, the Dragon Ball Super. I think that's what it is.
Great. It's not good.
And I was just like, wait, whoa. Is this what he's always sounded like?
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it?
Oh, it's so... I couldn't do it. I had to stop.
At the same... I mean, there's a few animes where I think the dub is better. Like Cowboy Bebop, I think, is a great example.
Really?
I think
I never
Cowboy
watched the
Bebop's
sub.
dub is far better than the sub.
But Spike's voice is amazing.
That's why. Like, Spike's voice is amazing. And I also think Death Note I enjoy better. I think the dub... Granted, I'm biased because I prefer dub period, but just in general, like I recognize that sub is better on most occasions. I just don't like it. My Hero Academia, I also think does a really good dub job.
Yeah, some of the voices are amazing. I think Deku's voice was a little hard for me to get used to, but
really, I find Deku's voice almost perfect for the character.
He's a little higher pitched in the dub than he is in the sub. In the sub, he's a little bit farther through puberty.
In the sub, he's farther through puberty?
No, in the dub, sub, I think he's farther through puberty.
So in the sub, he has a deeper voice?
A little bit deeper, not by much.
I don't think his voice would work deeper, though. Like, he's, 14 years old? Maybe 15? It kind of fits.
It's just enough that it's pretty good. But I gotta say, Bakugo and Todoroki are so good.
They are really good.
In the dub.
And then All Might's voice is just pretty stellar.
Yeah, they did a really good one. It took me a little bit getting used to, because they have his really deep voice even when he's
like skinny, but it's like a sickly deep voice.
Yeah, in the sub it was a lot more of a difference.
Oh, really? More dramatic?
Yeah. And
I
really liked that. But
I like how they do it though, because when he is All Might, he has like a very vibrato
so
voice
good.
and very good.
Yeah.
But then when he's skinny, like I said, it feels more sickly, like he's dying of cancer, and I think it fits.
Because I didn't get my experience with the dub until the first movie.
Oh, really?
And when I watched that movie, I was like, all right, I'm a changed man. I will watch this in dub from now on.
It's a really good dub. Like, I'm pretty impressed by it.
Have you seen the second movie?
I haven't even seen any of the movies yet.
You got to watch the movie. I've got it on YouTube. I'll give you my login information for it.
Perfect. I would love that. Yeah, I'd watch it.
It's
I'm a
my
huge-
all-time favorite anime movie right now. The first.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be hard for me. Mine is Your Name. Your Name is just...
Your Name's good, but this one, there's so many. They do such a good job with the music and the pacing, and an amazing job with all of the different characters, with just giving them all screen time so they all feel important. Yeah. They're all
I don't know. The music of Your Name is partially why I think it's one of the best anime movies of all time, because that score in Your Name, like, I listen to it on a regular basis.
Well, this one's a different kind of music, where this one it's more of, like, yeah, Your Name's music is amazing. It's beautiful. But the moment, because My Hero Academia is a lot more like, it's got its low moments, and it's a lot more elevated with its high intense moments as well.
Okay.
And the music that they've got for those intense high moments, and then how it shifts down to the lower moments, it's like spreading butter onto a piece of toast.
All right, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it now. So.
All right.
That would be awesome. All right, we got to talk about these websites.
Okay,
I got to prove to you and the fans that Funimation is better.
I've got bad news for you. I just opened up the Funimation website, and they revamped it.
Yeah,
I went to Funimation.com, and it is revamped.
Why is that bad news for me? It looks good.
Because this is going to be a lot more difficult for us to have a solid thing, where I'm kind of leaning more like, wow, look at you, Funimation. Like, you're making strides. Crunchyroll's still back in, like, the 2002 era.
That's what I was saying. It has, like, a very Facebook vibe to it. Like,
it's not even Facebook vibe. It's like... This is Crunchyroll right now is laid out how I'd expect a high school student to build his website for one of his classes
in 2002.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so here's what Crunchyroll makes me think of on its homepage, right? So, like, the middle, it makes me think of a MySpace page.
Yeah.
Do you remember MySpace?
Well, I was never on MySpace.
On MySpace you can customize it. You can add, like, graphics and stuff to the back, and then the center. So it's like Facebook with MySpace almost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, it's very old school. As it's Funimation, when you go to Funimation, it starts off, it pops, it has a nice graphic
like
on the front.
Yeah, it's Netflix for anime.
Yeah, it is. It really, it's unapologetically stealing from Netflix. It's pretty good.
Last time I used Funimation, it was before they did this revamp. And it was garbage and trash, and I hated the whole website. But now I'm like, wow, like, this is great.
This also, what I like about Funimation is it looks like it can convert to mobile very well.
Yeah, well, and Funimation, like, I've got ultra-wide monitor, and even if I went on a normal monitor, like, this scales to the kind of monitor you're using. Yeah. And it feels like I should be here.
You're right. I guess I didn't think about that. I have an ultra wide as well, and the Crunchyroll sides, they have it designed perfectly for a 1080 monitor, but not an ultra wide.
Yeah. See, because I have it so that because I use Google Chrome, and when I start up my internet, or when I start up Chrome, it launches 4 websites for me: YouTube, Crunchyroll, Google, and then. I don't remember what the other one is. You'd think I'd remember because it opens it every day for me. Google Calendar.
Okay.
And I've always had it so that it's Crunchyroll, but it's the most recent released episodes. So it goes to that page. It doesn't take me to the main website.
Oh, okay.
Like to the main page.
So shows.
If you go shows and then click on updated, that's where, I mean, it's still basically the same thing, but I never really paid attention to anything else around it because I was always like, all right, what came out today?
Yeah, this website, so this like UI and interaction makes me think of like those off-kiltered TV websites. Like, hey, you want to watch your favorite shows but not pay for cable? Come to this, like tvchannels.esu or whatever they want to.
Here's the problem that Funimation has, though.
Okay.
Keep that Crunchyroll page up, but go to Funimation, go to what's new, and then click new releases. And it's basically the same thing, but worse.
All right, let me see.
Crunchyroll's is easier to follow.
How is it worse? Oh, I see. Because Crunchyroll shows the whole show that you can click on. It takes you to the episodes.
Yeah. See, we at least get...
Funimation shows the newest episode, period. Yes, you're right.
With Crunchyroll, it shows the updated where it's like, hey, this is God of High School. Episode 7 came out 5 hours ago, so I can click on that and go to it. But here, I've got to be like, do I recognize the characters? It's like some random thumbnail from...
It's like a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but worse, because it's not...
Right, because the thumbnails aren't stylized to, catch your attention.
Yeah, and I mean, at least with Crunchyroll, they've got like the white background behind the picture, and then there's that other color behind it, and it's all separated, and it feels easy to kind of scroll through.
Yeah, with Crunchyroll, it's more of the show's poster, and at least you can see everything on the poster right away. Yeah,
and like the text is easy to read, but Funimation, you've got like the blue text with it's really thin, and it's just, I don't know. That's why
if you scroll down,
this page is what made me fall off of it.
Okay, so scroll down on that page, and then you got these new... It shows the episodes with the arrows on the sides.
The simuldub shows?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's still not great.
That's how the whole... They really need to go and be like, all right, our main page is great. Let's make everything else look good like the main page.
Yeah, so, okay. So here we go. We got point for Funimation because of the main page is better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But Crunchyroll's organization of like new releases is significantly better. It's more
It's not just their new releases, it's just how they do their episodes. Like if you go to popular, simulcast, alphabetical genres, it's all done that way. How's Funimation's for it's like if you go to look at just like shows?
So if you click on genres, right? So shows, the genres, it has it in like the Windows block fashion. And let me click on Crunchyroll. Shows. I will say genre. So Crunchyroll decides to go with like the whole, we have a list. We got action, historical, mystery, shonen. While Funimation has pictures behind all of it.
So where did you go?
I went to Crunchyroll's anime genres.
Okay. Oh, and then you
and then
kind
I
of like
went
narrow
to
it down from there.
Yeah, and then I went to shows genres with Funimation. So I gotta say, this Funimation's clearly trying to go, fancier with the pictures and stuff. But I like Crunchyroll's organization because then I can click action, and then I can click romance, and it will load everything with those too.
Mm-hmm. Because I just went to, if you click on just click on what's new for Funimation, and it takes you to a page where I think there's a lot of stuff that I just don't care about, where it's got this really big thing where it's like what's new, and then this thing that's sliding back and forth, and then you scroll down, it's got like the schedule and then the Simply Sublime series, so I don't really know what it is that I'm looking at or where I'm going for it.
Funimation's trying to sell a lot on their front page. What's Crunchyroll's what's new? Do they have a new? Or they have a news, right?
Yeah, because if you click on Crunchyroll, it takes you to the main page where it's just got a bunch of news and information on different things. Crunchyroll definitely, I don't know. I want to say they don't try to sell stuff as much, but
yeah, like Crunchyroll has a purpose. It's not trying to be fancy. It's just there for that purpose.
Yeah, I don't know. My biggest thing with Funimation is like Crunchyroll, every page I go to, yeah, sure, it definitely needs some work on, but I every page is organized and styled the same, so I know, once I know how to look through one page on stuff, I know how to look through on all of them.
Yeah, Funimation's does kind of change based off of like what you pick.
Yeah, like if I go to the what's new page and I scroll down, eventually it starts showing me these different things I can start scrolling through sideways. And that's not so bad, but I've got to make my way down towards it. And then when you go to their discover page, it's different now.
Yeah,
and then when you go to their shop or their shows page, it's different again. And I don't know if it's just I'm so used to Crunchyroll having it all laid out for me that it makes it, I find Funimation really daunting to look through.
I mean, granted, so...
But I mean, I'm never going to do that because I'm just going to go to Funimation's main page where it's got everything laid out Netflix style, and I don't need any of the other pages.
That's true. I mean, their main page is pretty stellar. Now,
it's great because they've even got the
wonder...
just premiered, which is amazing. See, Crunchyroll did a great job, and they've got this thing where they always put out this little website or this page where it's like, the new season started, here's all of our new shows. Funimation's never really had that, but now they've got it, and it's the part where right below continue watching, it's just premiered, and it's like, yeah, that's what I was looking for.
And then they got the new on Funimation, so you can see everything that they've recently acquired.
Oh, this is great.
So Funimation's front page is definitely better. Crunchyroll's got a better organization. Now, I did want to look at the genres and how they organize their genres.
Yeah, for sure. So we're just going to the genre page?
Yes, let's just go to the genre page. So, let's see. Click on romance, right? So I'm going to go to romance on
You're going to have romance for both of them?
Yeah, see what
there's no romance on Funimation.
Yeah, there is.
I just see comedy, horror. Oh, there it is. Romance. I have to keep looking.
So then they have Crunchyroll. Basically, it's the exact same. You look at their posters, you get to see. It shows you how many videos each series has, as Funimation does not. However, one thing I do like about Funimation, we kind of mentioned this. When you hover over it, it tells you that they have in Japanese and English.
See, that really helps out for you.
Yeah. So
and you can also see the star rating, I think.
No, that's what you get to rate it.
Oh.
And then you can add it to your queue.
They got Mongolian Chop Squad. That's a good anime.
You can add to your queue in the same way in Funimation, but I don't know. See, what I don't like about Funimation is that, or not Funimation, sorry. What I don't like about Crunchyroll that I think Funimation does significantly better is if I click on a show in Funimation and it has multiple languages, it's like Netflix,
while you're watching the video.
Yeah, while I'm watching the video, I can change the language.
But with Crunchyroll, you have to go to the languages if it's like another season of the show.
Yes, yeah. So I'm on 5 centimeters per second, which is a movie, really good movie by the way. And then it shows 2 videos, so that they've dubbed and subbed as separate categories instead of just one video. I don't know. I think needs a lot of work on Crunchyroll.
No, I agree. And it's really frustrating too with Crunchyroll when because you go to their new releases and they'll have a thing where it's like episode 7 just released of this show, and I'm like, well, I've been watching that show and it's on episode 14, and the episode 14 comes out every Thursday. Why is this coming out on a Tuesday? But it's because it's coming out as the other language, but it doesn't have a nice simple way to show you that.
Yeah. I mean, I think Funimation does a similar thing. It'll just tell you when a new episode comes out. It doesn't really specify dubbed or subbed. But
do you have both the websites by looking at the genre for romance?
Yeah, I was looking at romance on both of them.
One of the things I'll say that I much prefer with Crunchyroll is I can just keep scrolling down. And then if I'm like, well, wait a minute, what about that one show? I can scroll back up to it. But with Funimation, it's locked into pages.
Yes, I agree. It is locked into pages. Now, one thing I guess we didn't consider is the mobile version of both of these apps.
Oh, no. Let me grab my phone.
Yeah. Let me see. What's better? I don't have Crunchyroll as an app, I don't think.
I do both of the apps.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I don't know about...
no, I gotta log in. I don't remember my login.
Well, the Crunchyroll app's gotten a lot better, and it's really good. Like, the app for Crunchyroll is fantastic, and I love it.
I do like the orange and the black. That's pretty nice.
Well, it's just the Crunchyroll's app is laid out kind of similar to how Funimation's main page is.
Oh, okay. I did remember my login. Nice.
Funimation's app isn't terrible. I don't have tons of problems with it. I prefer their app over their website.
Crunchyroll's app, yeah, it was pretty good. I gotta say, like, I do like
the only
this.
problem that I have with the app is if I want to go and find shows that are new, I have to click on browse, and then I have to go up to the top and click all besides genres, and then I have to go down and click the little button where it's got like the two circles and the lines coming through.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Or the little lines there, and then I've got to go to newest and then update sorting, and then if I close my phone or like go to another app and then I come back to it like 2 hours later, I have to go and exit back out to the main thing, come back to browse and go back through because there's no like refresh on it.
Yeah.
But on the app, it lets me know that when a series came out, whether it's the dubbed or the subbed version, which is really neat. Like if you go to the most recent or whatever it is, let's say God of High School 43 minutes ago, the dubbed version.
Yeah. I gotta say, I like Crunchyroll's app better.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Funimation's right now, and if I go to all shows, date added, it's already there. It's already how I want it. And see, and now they've got it where it's the picture of the show. It's not the thumbnail, or it's not like a random picture from the episode.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think Funimation's organizing through their app, like if you wanted to search something, I think works better for Funimation. However, how it's organized, I don't know. I kind of like, I think when you're searching through specific genres in Funimation, it's nicer. But I like Crunchyroll's front page better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the opposite on their app versus their versus their websites, which I find very interesting.
But I mean, oh man, Funimation! I still can't get over how amazing Funimation's webpage is for the internet browser. I really like that.
It is
when did
really
that
good.
change?
I don't know. I mean, from as far as I'm aware, it's been like this for a while.
Oh wow! Because I think the last time I looked at Funimation was when we talked about this stuff on the podcast last.
Oh, must have been there.
This was an ancient long time ago.
Yeah, no, Funimation's front page is really good. It's just like Netflix. It's pretty intuitive. But I do like Crunchyroll's front page on their the app better. I find that very, very interesting. that Funimation doesn't use this style on the phone.
Yeah.
Like
because even Netflix was like, well, let's do our app similar to how we do the website.
Yeah,
Netflix is so good for that.
Just do
and
the
Funimation's
same thing.
like, wow, that's a great website. Let's just do that for one page and keep everything else the same because you're whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure building a website and redesigning it is a lot more complicated than it seems.
Right.
So I'm sure there's reasons why they've only got the one page like that and everything else is kind of how it was before.
All right. So I think the next test is let's click on a series.
All right.
And kind of go through that series. Let's try My Hero Academia, right? So both of them should have that.
So we're going from the main page on both shows. We're trying to find My Hero Academia.
Right, just the searching, and then.
Oh, there's a search thing right there. Never mind. All right, I've got My Hero Academia.
So searching My Hero Academia was easier on Crunchyroll. Like I just put my and it recognized. As Funimation gave me like a shit ton of options.
Well, however, Funimation also gave me a bunch of things where if I want to buy a My Hero Academia Funko Pop.
Like I said, Funimation is designed to sell you stuff, as Crunchyroll is like, hey, you're here to watch anime.
I think Crunchyroll would do the same thing if they didn't just use the same website that they've had since they've created it.
That's fair.
I honestly don't think Crunchyroll has changed since I started using it.
So,
if anything, they've just changed their art to look a little nicer.
So we pull up My Hero Academia on both sites. And Crunchyroll shows, just a list. It's got a list. You got My Hero Academia Season 2, My Hero Academia Season 3 and 4. And then you click on it, and then it shows all the episodes. what I find weird is it shows the newest episodes at the top and the oldest episodes at the bottom.
Well, because the vast majority of people using it
trying to look at the new stuff.
Yeah.
I guess you can change it from newest to oldest. Okay, never mind. So it gives you that option. Now, Funimation is flashy. You go to their front when you search My Hero Academia. You got this little animation, and it has a view trailer or start watching button. It's very Netflix.
See, I'm not a big fan of like the whole top of it. It's like, I know I'm here for My Hero Academia. It's like, why?
Well, they're trying to think of like people who aren't here for it though, like people who have never heard of My Hero Academia.
Yeah,
right.
That's fair.
I do like the fact that it has a trailer button. I'll say that. Like, that's nice. And then if you start watching, what does it do? It just starts episode 1. Right, never mind. Go back.
What I don't like about, I'm sure there's a reason they did it, but so there's the Funimation's website with My Hero Academia, and it shows you the big thing, and you start scrolling down, and then you start to see like the videos about shop video extras, and then once you get down far enough, it just kind of like snaps onto the screen. It's like, all right, I'm coming with you.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it
just like it doesn't like. It's not like a tiny little bar that just hangs out at the top that you can easily
if it had like a cool little border or something.
It's like a big bar that like comes down and like you can still see above it, you know? It's not very clean.
No.
Like,
I don't know if it's just because of the type of monitor we have.
Well, let me put it on my other monitor.
Did it change it?
I'm covering your face. No, it does the same thing. Yeah, you're right. So it starts great to me. I think that's good because you can add to queue, you can follow, and then the video organization I kind of like too. So like,
what do you mean by that?
So initially, when you bring up My Hero Academia. It brings up the newest season 4, right?
Yeah.
So it acts like I've already seen this, and then it naturally shows me the latest episode, period. As Funimation has a drop-down bar, and I can choose the season, and it starts with episode 1 at the top. So I think it's more designed for new viewers.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I like at the top, I get to choose my language. I get to choose the version. I get to choose like different types. I get to choose so. Although My Hero Academia doesn't have that on Crunchyroll.
No, I think Crunchyroll's just got the one language. It's just the sub. I don't think there's dub.
That's weird.
Well, because I think the dub is Funimation.
Oh, okay. I guess that would make sense.
There's some older Funimation shows or Funimation dubs that were on Crunchyroll, but I don't know if they're on in there anymore.
That would make sense then.
Yeah, well, it's not like Funimation's like, well, sure, we'll let you have the dub of one of the biggest animes of all time that we're doing. So here you go.
No, I don't think they would do that. I like Funimation's organization better, but that drop down bar, the one that follows you, is worse. Like that kind of kills it for me.
Well, I like that it's got the videos, the video extras, the reviews. Like that's really nice. With Crunchyroll, you don't really get the reviews until you go down to the user ratings and you click the read reviews there. And then the extra videos are just kind of added down into the different seasons, whereas here they're just like, all right, we're gonna just keep the extra stuff separate, the trailers and that, just so that it's all kind of. I prefer that in Funimation. I think that's a little nice.
Yeah, like I said, I think Funimation's organization of like a specific show is a little better, but what kills it for me is that drop down bar that follows, man. Like they need to clean that up for sure.
And when you pick up the bar, it just the whole website just kind of like changes or the webpage changes for a bit there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. It's super weird. They need to work on that aspect, yeah.
I like how it's got the English and Japanese and you can watch the episode there and how it's laid out in Funimation, but I like in Crunchyroll where I just get episodes 1 through 13 all just nice, packed down. I see just as much information that I need to be able to know, okay, this is the next episode I'm going to.
Yeah. See, for me, I don't know, I guess because I've dubbed, that changes it for me. Like, I like to know that the episode exists in English before I go through all this work. I feel like through Crunchyroll, I have to go through a lot of work just to find anything in English.
Well, yeah, because you need to go to the show and then you need to go and check the little season menu things to see if there's...
As with Funimation, I just click on, like, my preferred language is English. So then it kind of ignores things that aren't available in English.
Yeah.
It's close. I think they each excel in different categories, obviously, but
I mean, I think we've gone through enough that I have a pretty good idea of what I think the winner is.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Well, we'll let people know at the end of the podcast because we got anime to talk about, Zio.
Oh my god!
There's so many new seasons.
I have a completely different winner now.
Do you?
I do. Check this out. Oh my god. Who would have thought? So I told you how I also subscribe to this this other channel called High Dive. It's like a pretty low end like anime channel. They don't have a lot of money and stuff, and you can tell
highdive.com.
Yeah, so I just sent you the link. However, their website's pretty killer. It's better than both. Like, it's nice and organized. It's modernish. It works.
Okay, I've never been to the website before, so it took me to this weird front page. But now that I did the Explore website, yeah.
So, like, it has, it has its whatever. Hey, check out our new stuff this here. But then you go down, you got simulcast, you got dubs, you got Break a Sweat, recently added. And then you can just click an arrow and scroll through to see. And they've got
so many really cool organizations things here where it's like aesthetically pleasing anime, target acquired, watch after dark, trending now. But then it's also got the normal genres too. Now
hover over an anime and you can play it, or there's a little drop down menu you can click on it. So you click that arrow, and then it brings up more information. It's got an episode list and suggestions of similar anime.
That's nice.
This is really good.
Wow.
Look at you, High Dive, kicking it in. So their app is not very great. However, this website's pretty good.
Oh, you've got the High Dive app?
Yeah, because I cast to my TV.
Oh.
And then High Dive, I'm subscribed to High Dive, Crunchyroll, and Funimation. So.
Oh, okay.
I have all of them, but.
Well, I mean, High Dive clearly has the better setup.
Yeah, High Dive has, I would say, the best website. Like it's nice and clean. It looks good. It's not optimized for ultra wide, but then I can just control.
No, but it's still
forward and zoom in.
It's still just got what I want to see, which is lots of anime.
Yeah, and
it just shows it at me.
It's just a very aesthetically pleasing way they have it, and it works on all of their tabs. They got the simulcast, they got the dubs. You click on series.
The one thing I don't like is I can't click on simulcasts and take me to the simulcast thing from the main page. Or like dubs, Break a Sweat, recently added exclusives, intro to High Dive. It doesn't take me to a page that just shows me all of them.
Oh, the view all? So like dubs has a view all button.
Simulcast doesn't have that. Break a Sweat
That's because they don't have that many simulcasts. So if you click on simulcast at the top, they literally only have like 8 series.
Oh.
And all 8 of them are on the front website.
Oh, that makes more sense now. It still would have been nice, though, to be able to click on where it says simulcast on the main page to go to the simulcasts thing.
Yeah, I wish...
Because that's
you're
pretty
right.
standard in a lot of these websites.
The words, like, if you click on simulcast, it should take you there instead of... So with the dubs, it says view all next to it. You should just be able to click on dubs instead.
But dude, talking about simulcasts, have you been watching any of the new shows this season?
What shows?
Any of the new shows that have come out?
I've been watching anything? My Team Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax.
That was we talked about that one before, right? That was where another season came out for you. You weren't as keen on the end of the second season, but you were kind of hoping for this one.
Yeah. So it's out.
How is it so far?
It's weird for me. So obviously COVID has happened, and all these voice actors are phoning it in, right? So they're not like in a studio; they're using their own personal mics and stuff, and you can hear a difference. Like, some voice actors sound better than others because they have a better setup. And it's...
Oh.
Like, they try to edit it out. Whoever is editing the episodes are trying to edit the best they can. But, like, one of the main characters has a terrible mic in the first episode, and her audio is garbage. It's better in future episodes, but you can still hear a difference.
Ouch.
Like, she almost sounds tinnier. And then the other thing is I feel like all the characters' personalities have kind of changed a little bit. It's a little weird. It's like the writing is different. I don't know.
I wonder if they got different writers.
I'm going to watch the whole thing because I've committed to this show already. But
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And this is the final season, period. Like, the manga doesn't go past this either. Like, it just ends here. So I'm in it for the long haul, and I do still enjoy it, kind of. But COVID has obviously affected it.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? I don't know what else simulcast I've been watching besides that.
Well, I was excited to find out that Haikyuu started back up, which is one of my possibly my favorite anime of all time.
Haikyuu, isn't that like a sports?
It's a volleyball one.
Volleyball, okay.
Yeah, I think I talked about that one a little bit before.
Okay.
But it's just, I love it so much. Haikyuu has even more characters in it than My Hero Academia, but every character I've gotten to know and love and care for, because the writing did such a great job at incorporating all the characters. And I think this is what typically each season was like 24 episodes, but this is the fourth or fifth season, I don't remember. And they did one half of the season at the beginning of the year, and then we had to wait for the second half of the season.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been watching that. Attack on Titan, the final season starting up in December, which I'm looking forward to.
I have not been a fan of Attack on Titan, so I don't watch it.
So I've been really liking it.
See, granted, I should give it another shot. I was pretty judgmental of it. I was like, watching it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's pretty dark and gritty and stuff. And when they killed the main character, like when he got eaten by that Titan on like episode 5 or whatever, I was like, holy cow, they just killed their main character and they're going a different direction. I thought it was super bold and brave of them as an anime for breaking that mold of like changing main characters. It obviously like Game of Thrones almost. And it followed that Misaka girl or whatever her name is. I was like, wow, she's way more interesting. And then they brought him back, and he just turned out to be a Titan guy. I was like, oh, no.
I was going to say, did you stop? Because he comes back.
I stopped when he came back.
Oh, okay.
So, like, that really bummed me out.
There is a period of time where he's a tough character to follow, because he gets very angsty.
Yeah.
And he was already a little angsty to begin with, but then they dial it up to an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, they keep the show goes on and we start figuring out other secrets, and I'm like, all right, I'm starting to kind of get the show. This is starting to get lame. And then they're like, but also, and you're like, whoa, what? And then so it just keeps like hooking me in, keeping me coming in back for more.
Okay.
So I've really enjoyed it. But you know what show's better than it? Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon?
I've watched a couple episodes of it. I don't know. I had a hard time getting into that one as well. I need to give it another shot.
Well, I really liked it because it started out with this character working as a part of like the family that just was bottom of the barrel, and he wasn't very good. But they're always hinting to it's like, yeah, but I mean, he's kind of gonna be awesome. He's got possibly these cool, great things about him, and then so it's always just kind of like been teasing that, and then but always making him bad. But then you start to really kind of follow along with him because he's going through all these struggles, and you get to see a lot of him overcoming stuff, and it's done in a really interesting and not unique way, but it's definitely on it's close enough that you could almost call it unique with how he's presented. I really like it. It's another one of the ones where it just keeps throwing more things at me. Every time I get answers, it's like, all right, here's some answers, enjoy them for a little bit. But then here's some more stuff.
Okay.
And it's just like, whoa.
I might have to give it another shot. I definitely want to give it another shot. Like, it always looks interesting when I scroll by it and stuff. And I know they just came out with like season 3, didn't they?
Yeah, I think there's a movie as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, other than that, I haven't like watched a whole lot of simulcasts, mostly because dub.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I was just about to recommend Fire Force to you, but I don't think they've got any dubs for it.
No, I think they do. Because it's on Funimation. Let me see.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is on Funimation. Let me look up Fire Force. I thought there was a dub of it.
Did you ever watch Inuyasha growing up?
No.
Okay,
yeah, they got a dub for Fire Force.
Oh, okay.
Is it really good then? You highly recommend it?
I really like it. It's really cool in a lot of different ways.
It kind of makes me think of My Hero Academia, but as firefighters.
No, it's completely different.
Was it Dragon Ball Z of firefighters?
No.
What if you could compare it to any anime?
I can't.
Oh my god, there's got to be something.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
There's nothing that I can compare it to.
I'm gonna watch the trailer right now then.
All right. There's another show. I didn't actually know about this one until I saw it saw a thing for it a couple days ago. It's a Crunchyroll original, so I don't think it'll be on Funimation. But it's called Onyx Equinox, and it's got the same art style as Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
And it makes me really excited because of that. But it says it's about like an Aztec boy who's summoned as like some sort of champion for humanity. As there's a fight between like gods that breaks out.
Yeah.
It seems kind of interesting. But it's the art style that really hooks me in on that one. But man, there's so many shows that we talked about in that podcast we did a long time ago that I haven't watched yet.
Oh, like all the shows coming in spring?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I wanted to... Okay, Fire Force looks pretty badass. All right, I want to watch it now. Okay, I'm totally going to watch it. So, I have checked out some of those shows that came to Funimation because they have released dubbed versions. And I'm disappointed in most of them.
Really?
Now, again, I recognize that I'm a very picky anime person.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I was super hyped for this anime. One of them was a Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I haven't watched that one.
It's probably better in subbed. I don't like the voice actors for dub. Everybody feels super stiff.
Really?
Yeah, see, I kind of expected. So, based off of the title card, here's how I imagined this anime going. The detective in the back, the non-millionaire guy, he's kind of like this... I feel like he is he's a strong detective, but he's kind of laid back and lazy, or maybe he got in trouble and he's willing to break the rules a little bit to get what he wants. Or he's like a stiff guy where he has to, but he's so dressed relaxed. That's why I don't think that. But the millionaire guy, the guy's all dressed fancy and everything. I assumed he was going to be kind of like a Sherlock Holmes, where he's kind of got an interesting personality, where he's a little eccentric and stuff, and maybe he does things that's not up to code and gets away with it because he's rich. But it's the opposite. Like, they're not like the voice actor. He's the millionaire guy's like super stiff and strict, and I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Well, that sucks.
The whole anime felt stiff for me.
Because there was so much promise, and we were really excited about that one.
I was very excited about that one. Like, I thought that one was gonna be really good. There's another one, Apare Man, the one where there's a race.
With the samurai guy?
There's the samurai guy in it, but it's about like a bunch of different people racing across America.
That one wasn't very good.
It could be good, but I hate the main character.
Because you were worried about that, because the main character was so colorful and over the top, wasn't it?
Yes, he's very colorful and over the top. Makes me think of a clown. And the worst part is I feel like it's probably a fine anime. It's probably totally fine. But he's literally the most serious character in that anime. So they make him all wacky, and they make him the weirdest looking character. But he's so serious. It just doesn't match up. So, like, the worst part is like his voice actor, I actually like the voice actor. I don't know, the character design just kills me.
That sucks.
It doesn't match his personality, you know? I thought just by looking at him, like, he would have been this weird guy that everyone's like, "Oh, you're such a nincompoop, you don't follow the rules." And that's how they treat him. But instead of being like, "You know what? I'm going to be the best at this and this and this," he's more like, "I don't care. I'm going to do this anyways. And then I'm going to drive. I built this. It's time for me to go." Like, that's how he is. Like, he's just a robot.
That sucks.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I keep saying I'm gonna go
again
and watch it, but
watch it and sub, and then you tell me what you think, because
okay.
I wonder if he's portrayed that way. I don't know. He's got to be. It just, I don't know. I think the writing and character design don't mesh.
Well, I'll have to check it out then.
Those are both animes I was pretty interested in checking out and stuff. How about you? Did you watch any of them?
I've watched a bunch of them. I just pulled up the list of the spring 2020 that we made before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you watch Brand New Animal, B&A? It came out on Netflix?
No.
I watched the first episode of it.
Okay.
But then I never really got into it.
Okay.
It was the one about, there's like people and then there's animal people, but people discriminate against the animal people. So then there's this place called Anima City where it's all animal people, and that's where they're like, okay. It's like everybody's...
I have a hard time with animal people.
Yeah. I watched the first episode and I think it might be good. I just got to get into it.
I'm not a furry, so it's like really challenging for me to get into.
That's terrible. What about, did you ever check out My Next Life as a Villainess? That was the one where it's the girl played this dating simulator, and then she passed away and she ended up coming back to life as the villain in the game.
Yes, I tried to watch the first episode and it was too cutesy for me.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I never finished it, but I got through most of it.
Did you really enjoy it then if you never finished it? I spent a lot of my time watching.
Well, there were a lot of anime. There were a lot of shows that came out that season. So I ended up deciding and picking halfway through where it's like, all right, I'm going to fall off these because I really want to keep up with these ones.
I spent a lot of time watching Persona 5. It was a pretty long anime, so I just
That's fair.
I love Persona, and so like watching the anime was really fun comparing it to the game.
Did you ever check out the one about, there was the, it's about the dad and his daughter, where the dad is an artist who draws the vulgar
That's on my queue list. I haven't. They just dubbed it, so I'm gonna start watching it. Like, there's only like 5 episodes dubbed so far.
I watched a couple episodes of it.
Okay.
It's weird. Part of me doesn't like it, but part of me really, really likes it.
All right.
It's like I couldn't
Now-
figure out where I sat with it.
Is it wacky? Does it hit you in the feels? Does it have like a lot of those emotional moments?
I don't know.
I really
There's a
hope
lot
this
of moments
anime
where
like
it reaches for it, but I don't quite feel that way about those moments.
I really want this to go into an emotional gut wrenching thing between a father and a daughter. Like, I don't care about any of the side characters. I don't care about his
You
job.
don't get much about side characters. You
I just want
see
them to
enough
focus
that
on
you
their
recognize them.
relationship.
I don't know. So far, it's just been kind of moments of her almost finding out, and then him just managing to get her to not figure it out. And it's been really funny.
All right.
But I don't think you're gonna get that gut-wrenching stuff that you want.
Okay. Do you remember? All right. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. We'll see. Like I said. So, do you remember the one anime, Gleifner or whatever, where there's like this kid like bad things, like there's an animal murderer chasing him or something, or like he turns into an animal, but it's like a giant
I never watched
stuffed head animal.
I couldn't bring myself to try it out.
I couldn't either. Looking at the picture and then seeing the stuffed dog behind them just kills it for me.
Yeah, well, because that's what he ends up becoming.
Right, but like I don't know. Like, I'm so curious. Maybe eventually I'll watch it. They haven't dubbed it yet, though. I've
been really craving some more kind of more serious toned animes, like Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo, or something like that. But those are tough though, because those are real hit or miss with the fan base.
True. Yeah, it's hard because they got to be like a masterpiece for those to work.
Okay. Do you remember when I was talking to you about the show My Roomie is a Dino?
Vaguely.
The one about the girl where a dinosaur just begins living with her?
Okay.
I made you watch the trailer for that one.
Oh, yes. The animation was very weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tried out the animated version.
Yeah.
And I tried out the live action version. And the live action version was better than the anime.
Really?
Yeah. I really enjoyed the live action. What's different though is the anime, it's a girl and the dinosaur, but the live action is a guy, is a guy and the dinosaur.
Interesting.
I didn't watch all of the live action stuff. I watched like the first episode or two, and I saved it where I'm like, I gotta save this for a really good weekend where I'm gonna have some drinks and I'm just gonna really enjoy the show.
All right. Yeah, I find that's kind of cool that a live action was better than the anime. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well,
that doesn't happen a lot.
But the anime was was shorts. Each episode was like 3 minutes long.
Really?
So it didn't get into it as much as I was really wanting it to.
And the live action is like a full 20-minute episode?
No, it's a little longer than the 3-minute episodes, I believe. Don't quote me on that because it's been a while. I don't remember.
So they're still shorts.
I think they're still shorts, but I felt the shorts worked a lot better in the live action than it did as the animated one.
Okay. So if you've been looking for a serious anime, I've watched a lot of serious anime. I'm kind of curious if I can recommend something for you that you haven't seen yet.
That'd be awesome.
Well, let me go through a list that I can think of, I guess. I'll start with...
I've got a couple more that I wanted to see if you watched from the spring.
Okay.
Did you ever check out The Ghost in the Shell on Netflix?
No.
Did you ever watch the original Ghost in the Shell?
Parts of it. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen the whole thing, no.
Okay. I think maybe that's the last one.
That reminds me. Did you know they're redoing Lupin the Third? But like
I've never seen any of Lupin.
But check it out. So they're doing Lupin the Third in a Pixar style animation.
Really?
Yeah. It looks really good. Let me
That's
send
awesome.
it to you. It's Lupin the Third. Is it the first? Yeah, here you go. They just released an official like English trailer, and it looks really good. I think they need
Whoa,
to
that
do
does
more
look
anime like
awesome.
this.
Yeah, as soon as we wrap up the podcast here in a minute or two, I'll have to check that out.
Like after seeing this trailer, not gonna lie, I remember I saw it with my buddy for the first time, and I looked over and I'm like, they need to do a lot of anime like this. Like it'd work really well with, especially with those like animes with like slight wackiness to them.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Well, because Lupin the Third seems to be an anime with a bit of wackiness to it. I haven't seen
right.
any of it, except for because when we were doing research for the abridged series, there was that one Lupin that you sent me, and I even from just the abridged version was wacky, but just from how things were happening in the anime, it seemed like it was a pretty wacky one itself.
Yeah, it just fit perfectly. I thought it was really. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to see it, honestly, and I really hope it's successful so they do more like it.
Did you ever watch the Violet Evergarden movie?
Not the movie. I've watched a good portion of the show.
Okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. June 27th, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 was supposed to be out.
Oh, yeah?
Did that come out or was it delayed?
I have no idea. There's an Evangelion. Oh, I've watched Listeners. That was one of them on your list.
Listeners, was that the one with the robots with the music?
Yeah.
How far into it did you get?
I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes. Not too far. Oh no, I've only got 1 episode in. Sorry. They released 1 episode in English, and they're like, sorry, you have to wait a few months for the next one to come out because of COVID.
Okay, because I think at the end, what happens at the end of the first episode?
So this boy who lives in the small town that hates like these jackers, I think is what they call them. Hates them. He's like building his own, and he meets this girl who can plug into it, and then she fights these shadowy things, and it's interesting. I don't know. It seems like it can be really repetitive and boring. However, I'm curious where it goes because it makes me think of Gurren Lagann.
Okay. Because I think I've only seen the first episode of that too, and it was hard. It was hard for me to start the next episode. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just didn't have the interest.
Yeah, it teeters interest for me. So like, I don't think it's gonna be interesting, but I'm curious. So we'll see.
Okay.
I stole this rule from my wife, but I have a rule. I'll watch at least 3 episodes and then judge off of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, she always watches. She's willing to watch something for 3 episodes, and then she'll decide if she doesn't want to watch anymore or not.
That's what she decides?
Yeah, so I kind of
That's pretty
steal that
good.
too. I'll
That's
watch
fair.
like 3 episodes of something. I'm a little more hardcore. Sometimes I'll just stop after 1. But if I'm on the fence about it, I'll give it 3 episodes and then decide if I'm going to continue it or not.
All right. But I mean, bringing it back to the question that we originally set out to answer at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh, yes.
Who's going to win? Crunchyroll or Funimation?
I want to give it to High Dive, honestly.
Well, I mean, High Dive is the winner. But
High Dive is better. All right, so...
But
all right.
but what wins out of the two of them? Because that's what we set out to answer.
I'm still gonna go Funimation. I'm biased because Funimation sets it up for new people who hasn't seen an anime before, and they make it easier for people to choose sub or dub. I think that's ultimately what it's gonna boil down to for me. Because I imagine myself as somebody who's never watched anime, and then I like the fact that it brings up season 1, episode 1 first, versus Crunchyroll, which assumes I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm looking for.
See, I'm giving the win to Funimation only because of the main page and how
The
awesome
main
it
page
is.
is the only thing. It is a really good main page.
I'm gonna use Funimation, but I'm never gonna leave the main page because every other page Crunchyroll wins in my books.
That's fair. However, I will say if we're going by the phone app, Crunchyroll's main page on the phone app is significantly better.
Yeah.
But Funimation's organization is better after that. I find it very funny that they swap places.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of the users. Like maybe more Funimation users are on their computer and Crunchyroll maybe uses the phone more.
I don't know.
I mean, because think about it. Like, so, I mean, this is in English. These are English websites. So you said yourself, you can't really watch a subbed anime while working, but you can watch a dubbed anime because you can still hear what's going on. And Funimation does have more dubs.
Maybe.
And maybe people who watch sub aren't afraid to watch on their phone because they're already actively paying attention to their phone. I'm very curious what the traffic is on these websites for. Because High Dive has a shitty app. But this main page website's really good.
Well, I feel like High Dive had the advantage where that's how its website has always looked.
You think? I don't think so.
Or their website's small enough that it's easy for them to change it and make those adjustments.
It's kind of, yeah, maybe. High Dive is relatively
Crunchyroll,
new.
I don't know if they still have it. If they do, I don't know how to get to it. But Crunchyroll used to have forums and tons of stuff like that built into the website as well.
Oh, okay. It is organized perfectly for like a forum.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly can't say. Oh, okay, you know what? I changed my mind. Crunchyroll's the winner. All right, scroll down to the bottom of any page in Crunchyroll.
Okay.
And if you can see where it says popular shows on the top left of that, right?
Don't you hold on. Before you continue.
Right,
I don't want to hear about the Wii U.
Look at what's at the top of its list of platforms and devices. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wii U. Crunchyroll is the winner.
I cannot believe it. Yeah. Why is the Wii U the number one, the top choice on there? It doesn't even make any sense. It's not even alphabetical.
Because the Wii U is one of the greatest consoles of all time.
It's the worst console. It's terrible.
Look, even Chromecast beat out the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4.
I know, but how does the Wii U beat out Chromecast? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Because it's a great console. I didn't even know there was a Crunchyroll app for the Wii U. I don't remember the last time I turned on my Wii U.
That is terrible. Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
The second I scrolled down, I saw the Wii U was the first thing I saw. I was like, you son of a bitch, you better not link this in. And you did. You did it anyways.
All right, but that's all the time we got for the podcast this week. We went a little bit longer than we usually do for them, but there you go. That's the show.
Yeah. Thanks for listening and hanging out with us.
Yeah, we'll be back next Monday at 8 a.m. PST for some more exciting stuff.
Woo!
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.